Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Hello.
Okay, this is we're back again. This channel is Natterings with Nancy from NZ. We are hanging out here, and if you just saw the Flosstube extra, same day, just later in the day, same uniform that we're all wearing. This is the uniform of crafters, or what we've just decided to be known as is craft coven. So hopefully we'll have a look and see if that's taken or not. Otherwise, this could be us. My friend Christy is right next to me. My friend Sarah is over here.
Hola.
So just doing a little bit of stitching. And this is, I'm Nancy, by the way, hence the Natterings with Nancy from NZ. I am based in New Zealand, Aotearoa, in a little place called Whakatane. We are catching up post I've been away on a stitching retreat for the weekend, a place called, I was in a place called Cambridge at St Peter's College. We were in the boarding house there while we did some stitching for the retreat. The retreat was called Stitch Tui. There were 5 or 6, maybe 6 tutors that came along, and people chose to do classes with them, different embroidery techniques. Other people chose to do their own projects, UFOs, finished objects, or
That's a
new one, that's good. They can also be known as PhDs, projects half done, or WIPs, which is a work in progress.
Good.
So they are probably most commonly known as WIPs from my small research on the internet. In the cross stitch world. So we're going to keep this short and sweet because we've got school kids pickups to happen very soon. We also have people in high vis in the driveway making it drain and stuff. So I'm just going to show you the projects I've been working on, and then maybe Sarah and Christy will do the same. So over the weekend, this is one of the ones I worked on. It's called Other Worlds. I hadn't worked on it since the beginning of the year. It is a Riolis kit, and it comes all kitted up with its cloth and thread. The thread is a wool acrylic blend, so as you stitch it, it kind of looks like tapestry.
Yeah, it does. It's quite like a raised flip.
Yeah. And now we've got drilling, guys. If it's loud, sorry about it.
Construction.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how many stitches I put in this. I've been working on the paper pattern. It's semi-highlighted in places, but now that it's out, I will probably do a bit more stitching in due course. It is kind of the thing that I'm working on today. The next project that I took away with me and put in a stitch or two. Hopefully I've taken needles. I haven't taken needles off of all these. Sorry, team.
Right.
This one here, this one here is a name badge that I'm making.
Oh yeah,
So
it's so delicate.
I did start.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, so it's on 40 count linen.
Whoa.
And I'm doing it 1/1.
Wow.
And I'm using a Blackwork pattern. So I'm going to come
It's
up close to the camera.
Really fine. Yeah.
Let me
You're
come
so
up close to the camera.
And your mind. 2 different songs in one. That's talent.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and finish this probably in like a month, let's say. Is that realistic for me? Okay, let's say a year. I'm gonna have it finished before.
That's such a different scale. I love it.
I think I'll have it finished by next Stitch Tui, which will be in a year's time. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm using a Blackwork book to guide the stitching, or I've taken the pattern out of it. I had that somewhere, but who knows? It's somewhere, team. Oh yeah, that's the finished one. I'll show you that soon. This one here is another Blackwork project that I started. It was a stitch long. The pattern is now out entirely. It's done. The pattern's by Steady Thread, and I am stitching this on, I think it's 18 count Ada. Pretty sure.
8 eyes on it. Looks like.
Yeah.
Might be.
I think it's 18, I don't think it's 20.
20?
20 or 18. But I am using 2 threads over one. And I've started the border and the first installment. All of the installments are out now. So So I started things when other people started it, but I have not progressed further. That's probably 2 days of stitching on there that I did prior to the event. I took it with me, but I didn't actually stitch on it. I did download the complete pattern, which came out that weekend, so that was good. If you're keen to do it, yeah, all the good intentions. If you're keen to do it, you can find it on the Steady Thread website. The next one is also Blackwork. This is actually a project I finished just before going away. Reason I finished it is that I did a class with one of the tutors who was there when I went away to conference. The class was beginners, like intro to Blackwork. The tutor was Joe Dixie. And we worked on a monstera leaf, and so we were learning how to shade using Blackwork. And there's definitely things I would change from doing this. Like, I really like the way it's shaded. I like the dark area, and I think it could do more dark. So probably next time I will spend more time shading whatever image I'm going to do to work out how I want the light to hit it before I do it. But I'm still happy with it. I'm probably going to frame it.
Good. You should.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
It's beautiful.
I like it was a lot of fun and easy. Like, it builds really quickly. It's nice. My next piece is a Longdog sampler. This one is called Fish and Chips. And so I started this before going away, and I put in a couple hundred stitches on this one. So I'm working on a Navy Ada in a Crew DMC brand, and the parts that I worked on while I was away are below the center point. So it was the center start when I started it, and now I'm going down the bottom because there's a lot of detail, and I think it will build quite quickly there. And then I might go over to another area of something that I want to do. In this video, we're probably not going to edit it to put what the pattern actually looks like, but in future ones I'll make sure to put a little square inserted of what the finished product should look like. There are 4 more things to show you very quickly. This next one is the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along for 2024. So this is now a closed thing. It was released at the end of last year, and you had to sign up before the end of December to be a part of it. And they've released it in installments through the year. So there's been 4 installments of 3 pages each time. So it's a total of 12 pages, but there's only 6 full pages, 6 part pages. And they had incentives that go along with it. If you've watched my other Flosstubes, you've probably seen and heard me talk about that. But in terms of where I'm at, I've made heaps of progress since last time I recorded my stitching. So you can see that I have done from a top left hand corner start. I've finished 2 full pages, which are here and here, and I'm working on the 3rd full page. But now that we've got the full pattern, because that was released at the start of October, I have stitched into other areas. So what I do is I pick up a colour and I stitch it until it's all done within the page I'm working in. If I've still got it on my needle, I follow it to where it goes so that I don't make a mess. I'm still working on the parking system, as you probably saw in other worlds, of just parking the thread where it needs to be picked up. But I don't know, I'm not that tidy, so probably it's not the way forward for me.
You can be trouble.
I'm always trouble. This is a well-known fact around here. The next one I worked on while we were away is a big one. I put in almost 1,000 stitches while I was away, probably close to 800. I probably won't show. I'll try and show all of it. So the area I worked on while I was away is down in the bottom corner. So over here is where I worked on. So I mostly worked on like the seahorse and the bunny and the post and the bird and the start of the dog up the top. The rest was all done. So there's about 800 into just those few things. So this is a section of Saga, which is Longdog sampler, and it's massive. People while at conference were a little bit astounded at the size of the fabric, so it will be interesting to see what they think as I start a full coverage piece that is massive. But this is it in its entirety. So I made it to the top left-hand corner for one of my friends who really wanted to see what was in the top left-hand corner. I stitched the zebra for another friend who really wanted to see the zebra stitched up. And then I needed to track all my way down to make sure that it would fit the whole piece of fabric, which is how we get down to the corner I was working in. So this is currently at 25% completed.
Wow.
Yeah, so my goal was to complete it in probably 4 years. So I've been working on it for just under a year. So I am looking like I am gonna make it and get that all done within the goal time frame that I set.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, and this is all because I bet Julian that I would. So just
I
need
was like, for a box of ears.
Again, hashtag healthy marriage.
Yeah, healthy marriage, make it competitive. I don't know if there was a box
Was
of
it a
beers.
box of beers?
I don't know if there was a wager.
Something?
Yeah, usually we bet a box of beers for things, so I don't remember. But probably it was just the
That's
ability
relationship
to
goals, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. It was just the ability to brag that actually no, I got it done before they moved out of home. The kids,
Yeah.
that was the goal, was get it done before kids moved out of home. I said, watch me get it done in
Watch
3
me.
to 4 years. Okay, this is the next one. I didn't actually stitch on it at Stitch 2, but it was with me, and it did come up in story. So it's the start of it's called a Quacker sampler, I think is what it's called, and it's the hashtag is Quackalong because there are ducks in here. So it is a sampler. It has many ducks within it, and it is rather beautiful. I am not doing it on the recommended color palette, so I have chosen a black Ada with a bright yellow. I think it's like 973 or something is the bright yellow color that I am stitching on it. But yeah, it's fun. The charted color and palette is a lot softer and beautiful and something you might find in a farmhouse perhaps, but I'm making it out there. I will
Farmhouse of Doom.
Oh, maybe there might be some sort of vendetta, but with this duck along, this quack along, yeah. And the final one, is this the final one?
Looks
The final
fantastic.
one that I was working on is where's my cushion? Is my Schitts Creek sampler. So Schitts Creek brings me so much joy, and so does stitching typography. Like, I'm really loving it. I worked on the Ooh David. I filled in the light blue section while we were away. It was easy to work on just while chatting with people, which is really nice because otherwise I get very distracted and can't focus. But when it's something like this and in little sections, it was really nice. It's also inspired me to think of creating a pattern. So here at Craft Coven, we are formulating ideas.
We're formulating content for such pattern.
And who knows, something might come out of all of this. But yeah, that's a real quick little mini go through of what I've been working on. And just like the haul before, I've made a mountain of a pile right here. So nothing got finished while I was away, but everything is slightly closer to being finished.
They look amazing.
Pretty good effort. You're very precise. Like everything's the tension on the stitches is all the same.
Yeah, like that, especially that one. It looks stunning.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
So fun.
Who would say that?
Well, would you like to show any of your creations that you're working on? Because, there's been a few I've seen come out on the table.
I'm just working on some daisies. I was doing a little saying earlier and then designing one for a friend whose birthday it is on Wednesday and for his business. But I need to get the iron out and erase everything I've done with my erasable pen. So onto the daisies.
Nice.
Christy?
My turn. I'm making, stitching some felt. This is a...
Do you want me to go closer? Yeah.
That is a New Zealand bird called a waka waka, a fantail. So with the Christmas theme, I based the pattern on, I also design and make stained glass, and I've made this pattern off one of my stained glass Waka Waka. But these are quite cool because you can hang them on the Christmas tree, or they're really light to post as well for people who want to send a gift or overseas or that kind of thing. So
Christmas fanny.
Perfect. So you usually sell them at markets.
Yeah.
As well as online.
I've got an online place.
Yeah. So maybe I'll link something in the description in case you're keen to see what Christy's up to. Maybe find her on Instagram at ArtLikeMakes. Yeah. And we'll put some links in the description. Also, you also sell all of your things too.
And vintage dresses at a vintage wardrobe.
Oh, we will make sure to put that in the description as well, in case people are keen to come along and find what you're up to.
Awesome.
Yeah. So those are our whips for right now. We'll probably be catching up later this week, and who knows, there may be some progress on whips. There may be other things out on the crafting table.
Could be anything on the crafting table.
There really could. Hopefully there'll be coffee and not spilled coffee. But otherwise we will catch up then. Thanks for coming along and checking out the channel. Thanks for seeing what we're up to in stitching. And I'm sure as we do this a little bit more, our videos will get either more polished or more ridiculous. Like, you're in for a lucky dip really with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks and see you soon. Ka kite.
Hello.